Mountain waves occur in a relatively stable atmosphere with stable temperature and wind profiles. When the wind pressure differences on both sides of a mountain ridge result in a flow of air over the top, from high pressure to low pressure. In these conditions, wind will flow at close to right angles to the mountain ridge, which creates standing waves at and above the ridge crest heights, extending downwind for long distances. Below these waves, significant rotor flows can develop and turbulence is common, with the most significant action from about the altitude of the mountain ridge crests to halfway between the crests and the mountain chain base. Mountain wave activity is likely if, according to wind charts at associated flight level, there are winds flowing perpendicular to the ridgeline at more than 40 knots. And in the Swiss Alps, a general rule of thumb is that mountain wave activity is likely if the QNH difference between Zurich Airport and the Milan airports is greater than 4 or 5 hectopascals. So how do you handle this? Pilots, avoid mountain wave areas as much as you can, particularly in a lower performance aircraft. Plan a track of crossing the peaks at an angle of about 45 degrees to the ridge in order to facilitate a turnaway. Cross well above the terrain, 5,000 feet or more above the highest point if performance permits. Consider climbing and descending steeply in the regions of most significant turbulence. If there's a cabin crew on board, inform them of possible reduction in service time, including interruptions, and make an air report, indicating the estimated severity of the mountain wave, to notify ATC and other pilots operating in the vicinity. Controllers, when notified of mountain waves, try to accommodate pilots' requests for later descents over the mountain chain in question. Consider allowing aircraft to climb or descend quickly from regions with the most significant turbulence, as far away from known mountain ridges as possible. A pilot report of a mountain wave is a special or non-routine aircraft observation. It needs to be disseminated to the local Met Office in accordance with local instructions and to other pilots likely to be affected. Company dispatchers. Individual airport METAR and TAF generally don't provide much indication for mountain wave activity. Routinely check SIGMETs and AirMets, especially near mountainous terrain. Learn more about mountain waves on Skyberry.